Did you know that wearing jeans is a crime in North Korea? Today we will be discussing an enigmatic country steeped in mystery and wonder. With few links to the outside world and living under a strong and paranoid dictatorial government, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, popularly known as North Korea, is widely considered the world's most isolated country. Today, the country's weird laws and customs continue to shock and amaze people from around the world, and in this video, we will take a look at a few of these. Let's go. The government chooses your career. High school leavers around the world are faced with the sometimes tough but always vital decision regarding what career they decide to devote their lives to. However, North Korean young people do not have to lose any sleep comparing career choices. The government simply chooses this for the people. After compulsory military service which lasts for 10 years for men, the government assigns jobs to citizens based on industry needs. As North Korea is not yet highly industrialized, many of its citizens are assigned to work as farmers in the countryside. Hairstyles are regulated. For many, hairstyle choices are a major way to express their unique taste and personality. However, North Koreans can only pick from a list of 28 hairstyles chosen by their government. These approved hairstyles are considered to be fitting for the country's communist ideology. Wearing any hairstyles outside the approved list is considered a crime. Spiky hair in particular is deemed an import from the evil West and therefore is strictly banned. Kin punishment. In most parts of the world, people who break laws are held individually accountable to the law. In North Korea, however, entire families are punished when a criminal is convicted. Under this system, known as the kin punishment, or 3 generations punishment, your parents and grandparents would be arrested and sent to prison or work camps if you committed a crime in North Korea. No Bible zone. North Korea's strict control of its citizens' life extends to religion. Citizens are expected to regard and revere Kim Jong-un as a deity. No other religions are permitted to exist. All types of religious literature held sacred by other religions are strictly banned in the country. Needless to say, missionary activities of all forms are outlawed. Phones banned for leaders' burial. When former North Korean leader Kim Jong-il passed away in December 2011, a new law was made criminalizing the use of all forms of mobile phones in the country. This law was enforced for 100 days and all defaulters to it were deemed war criminals and marched off to prison or work camps. Fortunately, North Koreans are now allowed to use phones, albeit with several restrictions. Nobody owns land. Real estate is a multi-billion-dollar industry in most countries. In communist North Korea, however, there are no landlords. All lands are owned and controlled by the government, which can only permit people to live on portions of it. As nobody can buy land from the government, nobody is able to resell or make a profit. Citizens are not allowed to rent or sell the lands they reside in. You can't move to the capital. From Paris to Rome, Washington, D.C., and London, many countries are internationally reputed for their iconic capital cities, which attract significant numbers of tourists and new residents every year. However, for many North Koreans, the capital city Pyongyang is simply out of bounds. Only a small group of elite party members are allowed to live in the capital. The country's government uses Pyongyang as a symbol of its power and prestige, and so the less desirable members of the society are not allowed in. Weed is legal in North Korea? In most countries, the sale and use of marijuana and other similar hard drugs are strictly prohibited. Surprisingly, some reports have stated that none of these prohibitions apply to North Korea. Hemp is widely grown in North Korea where they are used to produce medicines among other forms of usage. However, there is no real evidence that weed is legal there, and some say that this could be an urban legend about the hermit country. No international calls. It is forbidden by law to make phone calls to people in other countries. Many North Koreans have family members who have escaped to other countries, especially South Korea and China. During the coronavirus pandemic, the government launched a brutal crackdown on illegal phone users. As the country battled a dreadful famine, many citizens took the risk to make international calls to ask their family members abroad for financial support. The threat of being sent to prison camps awaited those who were caught. A unique calendar. Did you know that North Korea invented and operates its own calendar? In 1997, the Asian country began to use the Juche calendar. Instead of the Anno Domini or Anno Hijri calendar systems, the Juche calendar is dated from 1912 AD. The birth year of North Korea's first leader, Kim Jong-il. Therefore, 1912 is regarded as year 1 in the Juche calendar. The Juche calendar is popular as a souvenir for foreign visitors to the country. Television is controlled. We all love to relax and enjoy our favorite TV shows and movies. For North Koreans, however, there isn't much by way of options in this regard. Propaganda and information management is very important to the government, and it places tight restrictions on what citizens are allowed to watch. Only 3 government-censored channels are aired in the country, and citizens have to pick from these. No Western movies are shown as they are considered corrupting. Elections in North Korea. You would probably be surprised to learn that democratic elections are held in North Korea. However, the country's official name is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and periodic elections are held every 5 years and voting is mandatory by law. How is it then that North Korea has been governed by only one family since its inception? Well, the elections are mostly shams. Nobody has the power and popularity to mount an effective challenge to the ruling family. In most cases, voters have only one choice on the ballot. Nobody leaves. North Korea's immigration policies make it virtually impossible for its citizens to leave the country except on official diplomatic missions. Attempting to leave the country illegally is a serious criminal offense. However, around 2010, approximately 1,000 North Koreans attempted to leave the country, either through its northern border with China or South Korea in the south. North Korea currently operates a shoot-at-sight policy for any would-be defectors caught at its borders. With such restrictions on international travel, it is no wonder that the country is often called the world's largest prison. Don't insult the supreme leader. The North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and his family are held in the highest esteem in the country. Statues of members of the Kim family are placed in squares around the country, adored by citizens. Making any statement or publishing any writing that may be deemed insulting to the supreme leader attracts severe punishment. Interestingly, a North Korean government newspaper announced in 2017 that American President Donald Trump had been sentenced to death for insulting Kim Jong-un. Pornography is banned. Pornography is a topic most countries prefer to avoid. While it is illegal and restricted in most parts of the world, few related arrests are ever made. However, North Korea strictly bans pornography, and people can receive the death penalty for viewing adult content. The distribution and production of pornographic materials are also strictly prohibited. A recent report had it that a North Korean boy and his entire family were arrested and sent to a labor camp when the boy was caught watching porn. Tourists are not free. Strangely enough, North Korea attracts thousands of tourists annually, especially from neighboring China. The most visited tourist sites in the country include the Juke Tower, the DMZ, and the Kim Il-sung Square. However, there are many strict rules concerning tourism. For one, journalists and press agencies are not welcome. The same applies to people traveling on US or South Korean passports. Visitors must go on organized guided tours that visit pre-arranged sites through carefully chosen routes. Leaving one's hotel room or breaking away from one's tour group is considered an offense. It is also believed that the government monitors each tourist closely every step of the way. We, not I. North Korea is a communist state, and its society is highly communalistic. Every citizen is encouraged to put the collective interest of the society first rather than that of the individual. To promote this communal mindset, North Koreans are taught to use we rather than I in discussions. In doing so, they are encouraged to think as part of a group rather than developing individual opinions. Which of North Korea's weird laws do you find most troubling or fascinating? Would you love to visit the country someday and see for yourself? Do you know anyone who has visited or escaped from North Korea? Please let us know in the comments section. Thanks for watching.